Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast. Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, Good. This is episode 73 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys.
Jerome Sludge. Like Black Joe Dirt.
I'm not gonna
Black-
even ask. It's your
Black-
boy Mo Lethal, the Grouch.
That don't make sense? Black Joe Dirt.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, they call me Hunter. I'm not touching that one
I
either.
don't know
Black
how you get
Sludge.
Jerome. I've never
Jerome
called a
Sludge.
Jerome Joe. So that's the last thing I'm thinking
Joe,
about.
like J.O. It's like Joe. Hey, Joe. You don't call him Jor. Okay, never mind. I tried it. I thought Jerome Sludge was good.
Anyway, so how were your weeks?
Oh, I'm happy. I want it to be over. It's been long, really long. I feel like, I've been driving everywhere. Hey, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Not on my week. I've been all over the damn place, but it's close to the weekend for me. So
You're Joaquin Filth for me.
Joaquin Filth. Oh yeah, that's Joe. That's Joe.
I got that one.
It's the same though. How's that?
Yeah,
How's that,
but I'm
Joe?
saying it makes more sense than what you said. As far as you want to, it's a
don't nobody
ghetto
call-
Joe Dirt to me. When I hear
I
Joaquin Filth,
don't know no Joaquin, ghetto Joaquin. I just think of the Joker.
you got to think about how it's spelled.
Yeah, I was thinking Joe, Jerome. I'm trying to be black. You know what I'm saying?
The black people won't spell Joaquin the same.
This nigga's funny.
So Hunter, what's up?
This nigga is funny.
Nothing. None at all.
That was your week? Just nothing at all?
Hey, honestly, last week. Sorry. My bad. Nah, I'm thinking of the wrong weeks. I got the same old week, bro. Go to work, come home. That's it. You know me. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no life.
You got kids, they just grown.
Exactly. No. But yeah.
My week
We
was
should have a
relaxed.
counter for this shit.
My week was
The what?
a counter.
Wait a minute.
My week
Every
was
time this
relaxing.
nigga says depressing shit on the episode. Yes,
Count it down. My week was relaxing. One of my favorite rappers released 2 tracks, and it just kind of pissed me off because, he's been bullshitting with this album. And, I was told not to say nothing to him. So I have to say things,
So you said something in a roundabout way.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, So, I got to let him know that he that guy so that he can, put that album out, Other than that, my daughter's been a little ill and dealing with that shit because I don't know what's going on. It's not, she hasn't been herself, but other than that, man, just relaxing, I took about 5 days off from the place of torture that is work, and now I'm here. That's the week.
What about you, sir?
McFly?
Mr. Stutter?
Huh?
What about your week?
Your week, sir?
I had
first
a
word should
great
be-
week.
Yeah, teasing people. You
I
start
had
off
a
teasing
great
people.
week.
That's how it goes, man.
Nigga, you
Like,
broke the confidentiality agreement just now.
Dang, you had an NDA?
I didn't put out 2 tracks for this nigga to go ahead and talk about it. And that the agreement was if I put these 2 tracks, he just shut the fuck up. No, he want to go sit there and talk about. Anyway, yeah, I had a great week.
He released that fire.
Yeah, I had a great week, and it's amazing because I've been sitting on those songs for like 3 or 4 months, and I just really decided to release 2 songs from it because I was unsure if they were dope or not to me. Like I listened to them so much,
Man.
I didn't know if they were dope, so I just released them.
Oh, I can't get that, but I'm gonna tell you they're dope.
Hey,
I appreciate it. A
Wonderful
lot.
body of work. I like
Kevin.
the. I hate to cut you off, but it's probably some of the most complete, or not complete. What's the word I'm looking for? Well-rounded. I've heard the way you rapped. It's you could tell the polishedness. You're very polished now. You've been polished, but it's a lot more polished. If that
Kevin.
makes sense.
Kevin,
Appreciate
What?
that.
this nigga released the tracks that one night. The next day I'm at work and I'm walking up to get a trailer, and my homeboy out there, he's like, "Hey, your boy got that fire." I'm listening to it right now. I said, "Yeah, he fucking around. He playing with us. He
And
teasing
you
us."
was mad still. Like that's like,
But
oh
like
Lord.
Everybody been telling
as
him, man, he that nigga. He just don't want to believe it. He that nigga.
but like I said, it was a dope week. I got good feedback on those songs. So then after that, just getting the good news with the health, and then there was I was freaked myself out because I got something in the mail from like the state, and I was thinking, oh my god, these niggas are about to audit me, and come to find out they were looking for my ass to give me money. So,
I need that.
When the white folks want to give you money, you doing good in life.
but I was freaking the fuck out. But yeah, it's been a good week. No complaints here. No complaints here. So I guess we'll get into the foolishness and fuckery. That is the heavyweight podcast topics.
I think
Let's
we get deep sometimes.
We
Yeah,
do.
we get deep, but right now I'm calling it foolishness and fuckery. That's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Especially the fucking part.
So since Hunter looks so serious, we're gonna start with one of his topics. All right, where goes the first one? Reparations. What would you like to see it? What would you like to see it if it happened?
What do you mean? Like cash?
If they did put out reparations and said, "Hey, this is what it is," what would you like to see it happen? Would you like cash? Would you like to be put back into our schools, our areas? Would you like to be put into like future homes?
You mean land?
Well, like like the down payment on a home. Like you can get, like, if you go for a home and you qualified under the reparations program, you can get like your down payment for your home
Wasn't
covered.
there 40 acres in the mule?
Yeah, I have an answer.
Uh.
I think I have a great answer. I say what we do is you give us the land, which means you're gonna have to cut out a big chunk of these states, and then obviously don't give everybody 40 acres, but you give everybody the cost. You give us the land, and you give us enough money to build communities in that land, and then you leave us the fuck alone. You invest into our ecosystem, into the schools, help us build everything from the ground up. We'll have our own communities, and then you protect our lands like you protect the Indians' lands.
So this is fantasy land too, because you know that ain't ever happening.
No,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with.
Well, he said, "Well, how would I like it to be?" That's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
It's
I'm
better.
saying realistically, you know damn well they're not.
I mean, but,
you know how people be upset about that shit.
but
He said realistically, this shit ain't nothing realistic about this.
Realistically, that'd be the best way to do it, because if you go around here and you start giving these Negroes money,
Yeah,
it ain't nothing but
Hey.
Gucci bags, Gucci
the fact that you think
Gucci
that,
Fuck
bags.
it.
there wouldn't be
fine.
anything realistic in getting anything, but at the top, on top of that,
Yeah.
the leave us the fuck alone would never happen.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
They gotta be.
I mean, we did try to build our own area back in the 20s, and we saw how that went.
Oh no, no. We had our own. We had a lot of areas that are still our own.
Several.
Well, I
There's
know.
a lot of
Shout out
on
to
this
Black
thing.
Wall Street.
Right.
well, there's a lot of lakes that are on top of towns too. You should look that one up.
Central
That's
Park.
crazy.
Central Park by itself.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. Like,
a
it's
lot.
insane where you look at it where you're like, oh my god, these were towns, not lakes. I think I saw Patrice O'Neill had a good idea. I liked it. It's just stop fucking taxing us. No more taxes for black people. Like, that's it.
See, I don't think.
Even
life?
then,
For life?
everybody else would be mad about that shit.
For life. Oh hell yeah. He said I was watching, he was like, look at the white people in here pissed off. Because they know what that means. Shit, I'm with that. No more taxes? Hell yeah.
Oh,
No,
man,
nothing.
I could do something if they take from me.
They gotta have a black register. Like, well, this one has no taxes, so I'm with it.
Slipping in. I'm light skinned.
Everybody
What's
got
her
roots
name?
now.
Rachel
Everybody got
Douglas?
roots.
Even the 5%ers. Hey, I got that one drop of black.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
That's what I would like to see is no taxes. Because cash, like you said, Gucci
No,
bags, but that's like to me,
no taxes at all. Like no sales tax.
yeah,
No. Oh,
nothing.
I'm with that shit.
Nothing.
No taxing
Right?
of your
Oh,
checks.
yo,
So what
So
you
hold up.
gross is what you
Oh,
gross.
so what are you
Like,
saying? You got a black card?
yeah,
yo,
like shit.
yo.
Got a
What you
black
gross
I'm
is
card.
with
what
All
you
right, cool.
gross.
No
I'm
taxes.
with it. I'm with it. I'll
Yeah,
be
that's a
robbing these
different
niggas.
ball game.
I'll be because I'm gonna go buy stuff and then on sale, and then when it's not on sale anymore, I'm gonna sell it for the for the regular price. Cause I ain't gotta pay tax on what you do. And then when you buy it from me, I ain't gotta pay no sales tax. What you do? Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm making a killing. I'm
that's
making a
causing
killing.
a war. That's a
I'm making a
big ass
killing.
war.
Hey, I'll open a business called the commissary, the black commissary.
All right, moving on to the next topic. Comes from Kevin. When
Oh,
has your ego helped you in a situation, and when has your ego hurt you in a situation?
oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, ego has definitely helped me in work and situations and on stage and both, all of them. But like, I guess a prime example would be I get like when it comes to certain things will work. Sometimes I feel like I get underestimated every once in a while, or maybe I underestimate myself, and that's a detriment to me. But when it feel like I'm challenged, I'm like, all right, what's up? Challenge accepted, and I kind of get a little cocky, and I you
All
know
right, Buster.
I smoke the job. If that makes sense. Oh, you want to challenge me? Let me smoke this job. But I think ego has probably hurt me most on stage, just when I get overly zealous and like I got this shit and like not humbled a little bit. I think that's where it hurts me the most because I try not to walk with too much of an ego in regular life. I probably should with a little more, but I don't know. I'm not good at you know putting it out there like that. I guess. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like I'm not a meek. Is that the word?
Wait,
Meek.
off topic though. When you say underestimated, are you underestimated because you're new or because of your skin color?
Uh, I mean, new, I would say, and like, I'm not loud. I'm not out there like, talking shit and acting like I got this and doing that and the third. And like, I had a lot with this job. They're like, oh, well, he's kind of new. I don't know if he got it. And I'm like, all right,
Okay.
y'all motherfuckers is dumb. I got it. Don't trip. So I just got to do it. And then they go, oh, okay, not that bad.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
you know what they always say. Most people kind of always undervalue, underestimate, and marginalize Black people from the get go. So
oh, I'm fine with that. That's a challenge to me. Let's go.
right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was asking. But if you feel it's just new, then it is just new.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a race thing, fuck them. What's up? Let's roll. I'm gonna make you feel dumb about feeling that way. I guess that's ego, huh? Yeah.
You got that Black ego. Yeah.
I don't know. What about y'all? What's your what's your ego like level at? Is it a balance or
Uh, I think ego for me. I think the one time which I always bring up is the when I was younger and I was feeling myself as far as I was in shape. You know, girls gave me attention, and there was that one that let me know she was feeling me, and my ego got the best of me. And when she asked me where the hell I was, I said, "Bitch, you ain't my girlfriend." And I realized at the time that she was stating that she gave a fuck about me, but my brain took it like, this bitch had the nerve to ask where the fuck I was. And I didn't realize, but the ego got the best of me at that time.
yeah, that is definitely yeah. Your ego walks you right out of some pussy.
Yeah, I just was like, but my brain was like, bitch, like, yeah. But it was, yeah, I guess that's when my ego worked against me. But usually my ego works in my favor when it comes to music because a lot of times it's not necessarily the ego that drives uh, what I create, but it might drive when a motherfucker underestimates me. And I'm like, nigga, do you know who the fuck I am? and like I'll go into a writing process, or like when I've had beefs or whatever, like if a guy, thought he was gonna have a one up on me in some situation, I would come back with some bodies of work that would fucking silence him. But that ego worked in my favor because I knew what the fuck I was working with. So I was like, there's no way this nigga thinks he's gonna get me in this. And that's where it worked in my favor.
Do you are you consciously letting your ego drive, or does it just drive?
For me,
Yeah, or any of us, yeah, whatever. But I was thinking, like, with you with the music process, like, do you consciously let it like
it
take control, or does it just
it,
go?
it takes the will, especially when I'm just when I feel like Diesel used to always say this shit, but I don't know where he got it from. But he said music is, you're either telling a story or you're bragging.
Mm.
And a lot of times the ego comes into place when you got to kind of get your shit off, and like when you hear a lot of times you say, "Let me talk my shit," like that. That's what that is you're allowing the ego to take the forefront and say, "Nigga, let me brag a little bit. Let me show what I got." Like, so the punchline or the this or what I got, the braggadocious shit, that is ego. So.
So, well,
Honestly, I
I-
don't know. I read. I couldn't think of anything. I'm just being honest.
Nigga, I've seen your ego drive you in Call of Duty, where you know you're the nicest nigga out there, so you play as such.
That's there. I don't. That's just
that's the
I
same.
know
It's
it's
still the
simplistic.
ego.
That's still an ego, though.
Ego's ego, man.
I don't. I'm knowing better than most of these niggas, man. I don't.
Well, I don't know what. I mean, I ain't got nothing.
Because every time you tell me, "Oh man, I was playing with these motherfuckers and I was killing these niggas with a rocket launcher," they hated me. That's ego, nigga.
Nigga, I went 24-6 last night with a knife.
Shut up.
I have nothing. Oh, by the way, I went 24-6 with a knife. Like, the fuck? Like, you just showed it.
I said, y'all niggas want to camp? All right. Knife City.
Yeah, that's funny because I think with that it just has to drive.
Yo,
Like you don't like consciously thinking. You're like, yeah, fuck it, let go.
I'm about to start trolling niggas on Call of Duty. From now on, for the rest of the month, I'm gonna play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the DMX version, loud as fuck, and turn my chat on to everybody, and not say just let the music play in the background while I stab niggas.
Oh, you going viral?
And he means on a video game, people.
Or in real life.
We have to disclaimer that? Yeah, no, don't say that.
We don't need people thinking anything else other than he
Stop
meant the video
saying that.
game. Like,
I
You
know
keep saying or real life.
if the match starting, you hear, yeah, I'm coming.
What?
that's what she said.
If she make that sound when she coming up.
That's what oh shit. It's a good one.
Takes it on the chin.
Yeah,
Hunter, man, I know you got some ego. My bad.
No, I don't.
This nigga.
Come on,
No,
Hunter.
I don't have no ego within the last 20 years.
Really?
You don't
None
know
at
who
all.
you
So you had
fucking with.
ego.
The video you just sent us this week on
What
the bike,
video?
that wasn't ego when you took old boy
No.
mirror off.
That's not ego.
Or
Okay.
what
What's
about this,
that?
Hunter? You don't know who you fucking with.
That sounds like ego.
Because he said that shit all the time.
I'm saying he said it. I know he said it. So
I don't
that's
think
ego.
that's. I don't.
Because you're confident in knowing you don't know who you fucking with.
Because I do say you got me fucked up. I said, liar, you got me fucked up.
You got to
But
meet
that's
your
the
ego.
ego in saying, knowing, nigga, you don't know who you fucking with. You know who you fucking with? Like,
I'm scared of my ego, I think.
I didn't think about that part of it.
Why are you scared of your ego? I think
that's
like
ego meets
yeah.
confidence.
Yeah, that's
it's a fine
sometimes
line.
it gets
I guess
overly.
yeah, it's a fine
That's
line.
when it works in your favor because you're standing your ground.
Yeah. Because I get scared to get like Mike Tyson in that regard. Not like blowing everything and being dumb in that regard, but
sometimes
just
you got to bite nigga ear off.
too much. Like, because if you listen to him talk, it sounds like his ego drove everything. Whereas like Mike's not in control, That's all the ego.
Well, Mike would tell you he didn't get control until he got locked up. Mike will tell you.
So
I can see that. Like, yeah, I guess yeah. At work, when I felt like I was done wrong, and I'm like, all right, you got me fucked up, and then I go on the warpath.
so since I gather the topics from you guys, I create my own questions out of these topics. So to piggyback off of
this nigga uses us for his topics. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's work.
Why do we allow pride to dictate choices in most cases over logic, arguments, life, etc.? Because pride also teeters on ego.
What do you mean?
So
like,
your
is
pride
that
and an argument with your significant other may dictate how that plays out, because your pride won't allow you to either admit fault or just pride and sometimes realizing that in the bigger picture, can I really just let this argument go for, or will my pride say, nah, fuck that. She need to know I'm right.
Oh, I've said before, in relation, I have no pride, nigga, because I'm wrong a lot of the times, so I don't come prideful in arguments with my wife. Now, in work settings, oh yeah,
What I'm saying, because pride and ego, they teeter, they're very close. So why do we allow the pride to dictate choices over logic in certain situations?
I think when you let pride dictate your choices, is part of it is you want to make sure you're looked at in a certain light. It's almost like my pride won't let me see it this way, because if it's not this way, then I'm not validated the way I think I'm validated. I think that's when pride. I think that's when pride.
Pride is the devil.
Yeah, got hold.
And there's less so many R.I.P.
I think I've gotten good at just accepting that shit, that wrongness and fault. Like, that's what it boggles me when I'm like, I'm gonna use work again. Like, and it's not just like this job, it's any job I've ever gone to. Like, I've seen people like fuck up, and then they just lie about some shit, just make something up, and I'm like looking at them like, why are you doing that? Like, now it's gonna be worse. Like, if I break something, I'll be like, yo, it's broke. What you do? Like, I don't know, I broke it. So like, what are we gonna do about this to fix it?
In our line of work, if you break it, you might as well break that motherfucker all the way, because they're gonna treat it the same. You better run that motherfucker into the ground. They're gonna treat it the same.
Huh?
I will say this: I used to have a sense of pride in my work. I don't give a fuck no more. I don't care if it don't benefit me. I'm not going no extra mile. I ain't doing shit else.
I don't know if is that the same?
Yeah. I used to want people.
The same?
I used to want people to see my organization in a certain light. Now I just don't care.
Well,
I don't care.
Welcome.
I just it's like certain customers expect certain things. I'm like, the other driver do that, but this I'm just a nigga. I'm not doing that. Like, I just
see, to me, if I had equity, I'd probably be different. But I'm like, we just get paid.
I got equity in the company, and I just don't care.
Nah, I mean, like,
I'm such a
small, like,
I'm such a small
like
piece.
Partial owner. Yeah,
I'm such a small piece. I'm so
that's what I mean.
I probably own like 0.00123%.
Yeah, no, that's not the same.
But like, I think like when I was a package, I try to do my job. I try to be like a good driver, to the customers. And it's just like, the more, these two will attest to this, the more you're with this company, the more jaded you become, because you start to realize that it doesn't matter what you do. Somebody's going to see you, or they're going to see you in a jaded way. No matter how upstanding of a person you are, no matter how good of a worker you are, they're going to fuck with you over something. Whether it be something minute as your shoes, like, just because they're bored. And I think this, like, especially the last couple weeks, man, I just said, fuck it, I don't care no more. Just make sure my check's right.
Can I deviate from significant other? You said it don't matter what pride. Like,
no, I just mean when pride is, yeah.
Because I think I might be dealing with that a little bit more with my my oldest, because we're in those teenage years, and like, I'm like dead and just kind of harp on a lot of shit right now, because I look at it the way I do it is like, you're gonna get older, and I've seen a lot of this world, so I'm trying to get you prepared for what's coming. So yes, it may seem like I'm harping, but I think my pride is getting in the way, and her pride is like that we're butting heads instead of just being like coming to uh, a better understanding of each other. Yeah, I'm
I
trying to
guess
figure out how to just swallow my pride and just, hey, yes, I may be doing a bit much, instead
I
of
think
just like, well, you have to do it this way, this way, this way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
I
that's
still got to let her steer her own ship.
yeah, I think that's the natural thing of teenagers kind of want to do their own thing. They kind of want to learn their own way, and they're not going to really take your direction. I think I said it before. My uncle told me this too. He said it don't matter what we tell you, you're not going to understand it until you grow.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna
that's
click
hard.
in. It ain't gonna click, and it ain't gonna click until you grown, and then you're gonna realize, oh, they wasn't just nagging me; they were actually trying to give me some game, and I think that's just how it is. I think that's how it is. But also,
But my
I think
pride,
that
I got to put that to the side. Sorry.
I think I think pride probably hinders friendships, especially when you're dealing with like
I can see that.
two male egos and two prideful men. It's like well, I'm gonna stand my ground, and he's gonna stand his ground, and then nothing gets resolved. I think that kind of hinders friendship sometimes too.
You want to hear some weird shit? Like, I remember my dad talking to one of his homies back in Virginia. And this is where, like, it's weird how pride and male ego work. Like, he said something to him, like, it was just like, it was a uplifting. He's like, I'm proud of you, man. And the motherfucker got mad. Like, what the fuck you mean you're proud of me? Like, what? Like,
Think I'm a,
that's how
you
far we
think
can
you
take
think I'm a
that
joke,
shit.
nigga? You think I'm a joke?
Maybe
That
he felt
shit
like he was
boggles me.
sunning him.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm like, that boggles me. Like, how is that
What you,
sunning you? Like,
what
yo,
the fuck,
dog, I'm
The-
happy.
the
Like,
fuck you
glad
mean
you're
you
doing what
proud
you're
of me?
doing.
What the fuck am I, your son, nigga?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck you mean you proud? Like,
Yeah. Right. I mean, I've tried recently, to tell people I'm proud of them. Try to be more uplifting. I've tried that shit. It's unnatural. It is unnatural. Like I have to
Why?
convince
it
myself to
felt,
say
it
these
did feel
words.
awkward when you told me that, but I
That's
accepted
funny
it.
It's unnatural.
for you, I guess.
It
Cause my
was so,
natural,
it threw me. It
cause
did
my,
throw me because I don't
cause
expect, he
you know
usually
what
says
my
it in different ways.
You know what my brain said to me that when you sent me that text, McFly, my first response to my brain was, I'm trying to get like you, nigga. It is so unnatural. I don't know why it is, but it's unnatural. It's unnatural. Like, I don't know if it's just a a macho thing or what, but I'll be like, I guess is it, I
Might be
guess you can
guarded.
say it's me. I guess it's vulnerability. If I tell you, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of
Yeah.
people might say, if I could tell another dude I'm proud of him, that might invalidate myself. I don't feel that way anymore. Like if
Hell,
if you doing big things, you doing big things. I'm proud of you.
You, Hunter?
yeah, yeah.
You like give me a hug right now.
my
Yeah.
pride only steps in when you fuck me over. I would write
That's
you
what.
off and never talk to you again. I mean, there's no coming back from that. You can beg, you can plead, you can try to come back in my world, but my pride is like, nope, that's
So
it.
you won't even give it a second chance. Like you too
I'm
prideful on
done.
that.
I've seen this nigga be mad, and I'm like, it ain't that. It's ain't what you think it is. But when you mad in the moment, it's just the worst shit, and you got to kind of calm down. You all right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
You
But
look
no, that I
mad.
mean, I walked away. I just maybe
Say
three,
walk
four
away.
years ago, I walked away from like an 8-year friendship with a person because he accused me of doing something that I did not do. And I said, F you, and walked away. I would walk away from people quickly and never talk to them again. You know, if I feel that way or if you hurt me bad enough, and
I
I
guess I
won't
can
come
see
back
that
from
as
it.
pride. Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's
that's
a
my
I can see
pride.
that as pride.
because it is a generational thing too. It is that
What's
that
that?
that that whole pride, stand your ground. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change. Like for instance, Hunter says, I don't know the whole thing, right? Now maybe his ex friend may have realized that uh he was in the wrong, but he'll never probably say that shit because of pride thing.
Yeah,
Because I know, I mean, I've done that shit a lot of times. I've said some shit, done some shit. Then I go home and I'll speak to my wife, and she be like, I'm gonna support you, but you are the one wrong in this situation," type shit. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm not gonna go back and say, yeah, you know,
Shit.
I'm gonna double
Killing
down.
me. Sorry.
I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna double down. So I mean, I see that being like a generational thing because like a lot of people are prideful. A lot of people are very, 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 very prideful, and like so I said before, that can hinder your life, not just relationships, but your life. So
Yeah. Shit, it can cause some undue stress too.
That's interesting. I think the one time I can say pride is has gotten to me is when my dad the back and forth relationship we had, it was pride a lot of times from both sides hindered us from actually having more time together. So like I can definitely see pride playing a part in hurting progress.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it,
Sometimes you just got to cave in.
yeah,
You know,
That's why
so
they say swallow that pride. It's tough because
whoa.
it's like a bitter pill. Shut up, man.
next topic comes from Maurice. It's interesting because I'm trying to segue because you said something about this, as far as like the vulnerability or whatever of being able to acknowledge someone's either progress and saying you're proud or whatever. It was a TikTok video you sent in the group, and the guy was stating that pretty much the dehumanization of Black people is actually created by Black people and
Mm.
in our societies our in our neighborhoods and our growth, as far as he was stating like things like we can't even openly say we love people because it makes you come off as weak when you're growing up. When you fall off the swing, they tell you don't cry, like you better not cry. And it's like that dehumanization. We can't even openly say to our wives or significant others we love them because we're looked at as simps or things of that nature. Did you want to go into further detail, Maurice?
He was basically saying how black men in particular, we are raised and cultivated to be robots, to be emotionless robots. We tuck everything in, and any sign of vulnerability, any sign of emotion is deemed as weak.
right? Because we're still dealing with that past generation, because it's been passed
Yeah,
down from grandma to grandpa to
right.
grandma to grandpa, and it's still getting passed down, and we have not broke that cycle yet.
And
But
real quick,
we are changing.
he said the greatest thing that ever happened to him was when he went to jail. He finally cried.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
When he cried and the emotion got out, he just saw the world differently. And I will say
Beautiful.
this, like I tell my wife this from time to time. I said sometimes shit gets so bottled up. I need a good cry. I go sit in the room and just cry a little bit, and then okay, let me get this weight off my shoulder. Like everything's been compounding. A good cry is all I need. You
But
know.
when you
So
say towards black men, do you mean black men on black men, or do you? Because I see black women do it to black men
no,
too, as
I'm talking
far as
about to a black man in the black community.
yeah, like they tell us we're not allowed to be weak,
All right.
or we're
Any
seen as weak because we do things like cry or
and if you're emotional, you're looked at sometimes as being homosexual or something. They are. It's like you're not man enough. This nigga's crying, or he's being vulnerable, or he's actually, it's like you're looked at as soft. They look at you as soft when you're what well in
Which,
fact you're in tune with your emotions and you're trying to be emotionally intelligent, which is something that I don't, black people don't really. Not I'm not gonna say black people. Something that some black people are not really good at, because we are always, like I said before, and like I agree with old boy, we are taught from early age to, we hold our feelings in, we hold them in. We're not taught how to deal with shit. We're not taught how to deal with depression. We're not taught how to deal with anxiety and things of that nature. So we're raised to say, hey, you're fine. Don't cry. You know,
But the times are changing, because if you just take you three guys right here on the phone, right here, right now, you are not raising your kids that way.
this nigga said on the phone.
You know what
no,
I meant.
absolutely not.
I just, but
But
you're not raising your kids that way. So it is
I'm questioning
changing.
how I'm raising my kid because she tests my patience every day.
That's just what kids do. That's just what
yeah,
kids do, bro.
100%.
They're going to push a button every single day. You know. But you're gonna honestly look back and be like, damn. Because when they
But
hit 30 and 27, ooh,
I don't want to think about that. But
mhm,
but you guys are gonna. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. Growing up, you're
mhm,
taught don't cry, suck
right.
it up, be a
And
man.
that's what I meant by
You
that. It's
know,
still a generation with us,
And all the
because,
while,
you know,
I hug my kids every day,
exactly.
and I
I tell
never
my
got
daughter I
hugs.
love her every 35 seconds.
Yeah.
If you really think about everything that's been going on in our own Black culture within the last 10 years, there's been a major shift, you know, from like, the 20s all the way up to like the early 2000s versus now. Because like you said, you guys right here, Black men right now, are not raising your kids in that same aspect. You're doing better by your kids. And it has been that culture shift, and it's been a very nice culture shift. We just ain't been recognized for it yet.
I I will say this. My wife does a great job of this. Like she tries like even when my daughter throws her tantrums, she lets her throw her tantrum and then she talks to her. And I'll be in the background like two to the throat. Just two to the throat. Let's shut this down. Two to the throat. She's like, nope, we're gonna let her get this out. Then we're gonna talk about it, why she feels this way. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, this gentle parenting is not gentle on the parents. That's what they don't tell you. Gentle parenting is only gentle to the child. It is a psychological warfare. This gentle parenting tests my patience more than anything because I'd be wanting to two to the throat. I would have been kicked in the chest by now when I was her age. I would have been across the room with this
Right.
tantrum
But
she threw.
again, that was
this tantrum, with
your
this
parents
tantrum
and
she throwing.
grandparents. That was
Yeah, I
your
get
parents and
that. I get
grandparents.
that. And so we're trying to get her to express what she feels. And I like to Hunter's point that's we are different because we're trying to get her to express what she feels and then why she feels that way. So let's get to the problem. And then normally time that's what I said. My wife is uh, a miracle worker because she'll talk her down and then she'll realize it ain't what I was stressing about ain't really that important. Okay, like all right, she'll understand why we did what we did. So
Well, um,
Hmm.
I don't know. I think we need to do. I don't even know how you shed all that shit. We were taught
You can't. It's a generational thing. Just
because
be
it's
you,
like
be just be you and be better. And let
I've
it carry
never
down to
been
your
that
kids.
type. Like I think like Stud, if you've known me the longest, like I've never been. Fuck, I hate using that, but like as they view the typical black male, they say. You know what I mean? And I don't know where that came from, but like I think just looking at it, I'm like, I hear all this stuff we preach to one another to get ahead, do all this and do this, that, and the third. We all gotta look out for each other and all that. And then I'm like, we don't even try. So I might as well just move to this beat of my own drum and just treat everybody as humans the same way and just roll with it. I understand what we've gone through as a culture, as a people. I understand what we still go through as a people. But what the fuck am I supposed to do other than just, like you said, Hunter, be me, be a good person, and try to be an example that way? Because I don't see things changing if we don't change.
facts.
And it starts one person at a time. Like what is that phrase I hate right now? Is the I'm a real nigga. Like I don't even know what the fuck that means. I honestly don't know what that means. To me, it means when I hear it, I'm like, oh, so you talking about being hood? Like what the fuck's that matter? Like what are you talking about? Like we supposed to get out of the hood, but you want to stay a real nigga. So
But like I said, it's changing. Like I said, if you really look back and dig into it, our culture is changing. But we've always been behind and we're still behind because, well, welcome to America, but it is changing, you know. So it's nice. I would love to see Black culture in like 50 years. If I'm still alive to be around to see that shit. Would love to see
I
it
think
because
it'll
I
be
think it would
more
be a lot
integrative.
different.
Thinking a lot more integrated.
Well, I mean, everything's more integrated. I mean, it's just the fact that we gotten away from that whole, just like we're talking right now, that you got to be a man. You can't cry. You can't do this. You can't do that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that to our own kids. Our kids are not doing that to their kids, you know? And that's what, like, my grandkids, I would love to see my grandkids when they get older and be able to almost to the point to where they're older, and you can see the shift in them
Hmm.
because it's happening. You know, every generation
what
is
age is
changing.
older?
If I say my grandkids, at least around 18.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
adults, young adults.
Yeah. Young adults where you can see how the world has been playing to them, how everything's been going with them, you know, because it is changing. Change takes time. And
I
we
think
only been in this game for a very short time versus all the other races.
I think around 22, 23 is when you really start shifting. Because I feel like at 18, you know, you're fresh out, graduated, you know, and you're just living life experiences. And then around 22, once you've actually had a couple early lifehood experiences, you realize, okay, I'm starting to see what other people were talking
Yeah,
about, you know. And I think at that point, I think that's when you pretty much decide how you're gonna live your life. Like you have a better direction. I don't think no one at 18 exactly knows how their life's gonna go. Like we all have
No,
an
I'm not
idea of
talking
what we
about their
want it to
own
go.
life. I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about the
about
world that
just
yeah,
they're
a
living in.
worldview.
Just a
yeah.
worldview.
But that's what I'm saying. Like around 20, 22, 23, that's when your worldview is kind of like completely shaped. Like you know how you're gonna you know what to
I
expect
think
and you plan how you're gonna move.
I don't agree with that, and the only reason
That's
I say
fine.
that is because I think there's a this is big in our culture too. We don't travel.
At all.
But
We
we
like
are
there's
starting.
a
But hold
lot
up.
of
We are though. We're starting to.
starting to, yes,
Exactly.
but there's a lot of people grow up in the same area that never leave that state and die in the same area. And I don't think you get to learn what's going on out there or see how other things work or see how other people move and blah 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 without just leaving your comfort zone and going to see some other shit. Because I think that opened my worldview up like the most. It was just even going to one state over, like you see, it's just different, but it's the same in the
Completely.
same sense too, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Completely. I just know in the I could not live in the Midwest.
Oh no, I mean I'll
I
visit.
said, I said a week tops. I said, y'all surrounded by land? Oh, we gonna go down to the lake. We go. My son is always, oh, we're going to the beach. I mean, you going to the lake? You ain't got no damn beach. Fuck you talking about going to the beach? No beach. Going to the lake. I said,
Funny.
it's not a beach if there you can see the other end. If you get to the other end within 30 minutes, that's not a beach. No, I can't. I couldn't. Midwest, not for me.
But
I mean,
what I was saying, I like this generation of fathers and mothers, and I'm talking about you three. You know, because you are that generation from my generation that's doing better. You know, so like I said, every generation we change, we get better, but it's a slow change. We've been behind the ball since 1865, so you know what it is. But this generation within the last 20 years, you three guys having your kids, the way you're brought up, you understand your emotions. You look into your emotions. You don't play that you gotta be hard shit, you know? And there's a lot of that right now. And I'm glad to see that in our society. We just ain't been recognized it from the outside yet. You know, we're always going to be behind on the outside view, anyways. But like
yeah,
even Kevin, all people don't travel, but we are now, you know? So
trying to.
all you guys in your 30s,
I think a lot of people not traveling is people think that traveling is expensive. You got to
I
know
but I
how to
mean,
mean,
yeah,
travel.
you're
You got
you
to
are
know how
right.
to travel.
But I'm
You
what
got
I
to.
was
There's certain times because I have cousins. They go everywhere,
Mhm.
and it's like, and I asked her, I said, cause how you do this? She's like, I just watch Groupon. Like we set aside a certain amount, and we don't know where we going, but the second something pop up and this is discounted, boom, we go here for this price,
oh
and
yeah,
like we take 3 or 4 trips off of Groupon alone,
But what
and
I'm
we just
saying though, if you take traveling, black people now traveling versus black people traveling in the 80s.
oh,
wait.
what happened?
Let me tell some of you niggas,
Oh,
Las Vegas and Atlantic City
it's not
don't
traveling.
count. This shit don't count.
Hey, at this point, Texas don't count because Texas don't count. It's crazy. You know what? I know a lot of people who were born and raised in Southern California, right? And they've never been to Northern California.
Yeah,
And
it's
when I
nuts.
tell people that Northern California is completely different, it is night
Yeah,
and
not the
day.
same.
You would
Never been
think
to
that
Northern California.
you're in a different state, but you're not. It is night
I've been.
and day. The California is the one state and I don't care what you say, California is the one state where you literally could vacation in 3 or 4 different climates and feel like you never left your fucking. Feel like you left your state. You
Yeah.
can go to Yosemite if you want to do your wilderness thing. If you go up north, you can be in the Great Pines. There's so much shit to do. And then on top of that, how many niggas live in California, Southern California, ain't been to Catalina? $40 to get across the water to Catalina, and people don't do it. It's
Never been to
like, bro,
Catalina.
like
I went to
it's
Catalina for the first time like this year. I'm 38.
Catalina Island.
I
I've
just went
never.
2 years ago.
I've been past Catalina. I've never actually stepped foot on Catalina, but everything I know about Catalina is chill as fuck. People, mostly retired
Yeah.
people, and people go out there to have a good time, and $40 on the ferry.
Right. Like I said, I've been in Cali for 30 plus years, and I only went to Catalina just 2 years ago. Yeah. So, but like I said, we are traveling more. You know, I'm glad to see the shift. You know, I
Yeah,
really
it's
am
gonna
glad to
keep
see it.
going.
It
Because
is.
especially with the way things are going now, there's a lot more investing happening. People seeing what to do with money. Like as that goes, there's more ownership, there's more all of that. And as you do that, you integrate more into what the country is anyway. It's all capitalism. Like that's what the hell is going on. So if you have a stake in something, you're gonna just it's just gonna keep flourishing. Like I know that sounds wild, but
I will also
that's
say,
how it works here.
I will also say that you guys are only 6 hours from the Grand Canyon, 4 hours from the Hoover Dam, 6 hours from the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Grand Canyon, awesome place.
Hey, I plan on going to Alcatraz next summer.
I've never been there.
We were talking about it the other day. We're gonna make
I've
the
never
trip
been
over
to
there.
Northern California, but I've been to
Not at
Chicago,
all.
Georgia, New Mexico, Oklahoma, throughout Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, but I've never been to Northern California.
Like as a kid or as an adult.
As a kid, I haven't had time to be an adult, but the work.
I think you got to go back as an adult because it hit different.
I think you should. Yeah, it's different.
Adult. Like I haven't been to
And
Washington since I was a kid, and I want to go back.
like Northern California, if I could give you a recommendation, don't try. Just take the little 1 hour flight.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I was going to drive to Alcatraz. How you gonna sit there?
Well, because
That's
you drive
7
to, I mean, you
hours.
drive to
Well, you,
Vesalia,
you
so it's the
ain't
same.
little kids either. You ain't got little kids.
Man, bro, when we went to Fresno.
That's true.
I purposely left home early as fuck so she wouldn't be up. But on the way back, she was wide awake. We had to stop like twice. I gotta pee. So like a 4 hour drive took damn near 6 hours. We gotta keep making these stops.
Yeah.
Traveling with little kids is not fun. It's at all.
Hold on. You said twice.
Twice.
That's not a lot. Okay, maybe I'm dealing with the old man thing. Maybe I'm dealing with the old man thing.
Yeah, you
I
are.
3 times just between here and Fresno.
No. Like when we went to Sacramento a couple years ago, right? Sacramento at the time I think it was like 6 hours. I didn't stop at all.
Oh no.
At all.
Nah.
And I was doing like 95 all the way there. And we stayed out there for like 3-4 days. I think 3 days because my friend's wedding. We stayed out there and then we came home.
Nah. If I had to go to San Francisco, I'll probably stop about 8 times.
No.
8?
I can't co-sign that.
Pee in a bottle at that point.
10 hours.
Well, when I say stop, that's what I mean. Just to go use the restroom, nothing else. But yeah,
10 hours.
Yeah.
Well, my bladder has changed a bit right now, but I'm gonna fix that. But still, either way, get a bottle, dog. With the I gotta get the wide mouth. Feel me? You feel me? Get the wide mouth.
Prostate.
No, mine is good.
It's the sugars.
It's nothing tied to my health. It's just my body got tied to a routine.
Pissing a lot?
When you change it's kind of like
Kevin,
how
when you
go
get a
to the
certain
bathroom.
age, Kevin, when you get a certain age, when you see certain things, you have to piss. So
What?
he's
Like this guy.
Okay, put it like this: we train our bodies to go to the bathroom for number 2 at certain times of the day, and that's it, right? It's not
Mm-mm,
that. It's not that. Because you know
not
what it
recently.
was? Before nighttime, before I started working nights, I didn't have that problem. Actually,
Man,
before I started working feeder, I didn't have that problem. Feeder got me into that routine because I left here and I went here and I made sure to go pee, because if I didn't, I get stuck in an accident and then I'm screwed.
Can I ask you a
that's what I
question,
do.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you had your prostate checked?
Probably will next week, but the last time, it's been a while.
Lube or no lube?
But it's like I said, it's not that. It's not, because when I'm on the weekends, when I'm home on the weekends, it's not that often. It's more like normal. But when I go to work,
Oh, you
oh
just
yeah,
get to moving.
yeah. Because like I said, I got so accustomed to. You remember
I
when you know how we go from
yeah, I go say that. Your schedule, it does kind of, your work schedule kind of does kind of depict when you go.
right. So I
I'm
just
fairly
can't go.
I'm regular.
Right. I can't go when I want to go. So I have to make myself learn to go. And like I said, going from
Yeah,
here to LA, you don't want to go to LA and then have to go pee on your way back and get stuck in an accident.
shit, you don't want
Right.
Uh,
to.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm a man. I can piss anywhere.
I
Right.
pee
But
in
I'm saying you
bottles.
can't do it
I
when you're in the
just
middle of the freeway.
I
Watch me.
did.
why not?
No, I
Watch
get
me.
where we.
Watch me pull up and whip that thing out.
Oh, yeah.
Watch me
But
pull up and
I,
It's
whip
a
that.
little different for me too. I got that sweet ass cruise control that just steers the car, so I'll be like,
Ah. But
I don't
yeah,
know how
that's
we got
just
here.
what it is.
I
we
don't
went
either, because
somewhere
I think the original question was about dehumanization, and we've ended up here somehow.
I don't
Hey,
know
you
how we
said
got
it,
here.
foolishness and fuckery.
and we
I
covered it.
mean, it ain't like we can do another topic at this point. Shit.
We covered it. I'm gonna make a strange segue since we're here, and there ain't nothing to do with that. I just want to put this out there. Um, happy birthday, mother! It's her birthday today.
Oh, happy mother. Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Miss Tammy. What is it? 63? I think she's 63
Okay.
today. Ain't that some
That's what's
shit?
up.
I'm trying to get there. So I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. And
Yes.
17th.
I
What you
just
say?
want
Did
I
you say
want to make it
17th?
December 17th.
I thought
I
you
want to
said
make
that.
it to I want to make it to 105.
I don't.
I do.
I don't want to 05.
I
105.
don't even think I'll make it to 70.
Well,
Not,
we'll get
not
you
with
there.
God
not
damn
with
it.
fried
We're gonna
chicken
get no. We're gonna
and
get no.
fried
We're gonna
God
get him
damn.
there. We're gonna get him there.
God damn.
not with onion rings and fried chicken.
Nah, we're gonna
Just
buy
switch
him a
that
new
shit up
heart.
This
ASAP.
They didn't want
ASAP.
to have the plastic hearts and shit. We'll get you one.
Like
It's
if
gonna
you
be
honestly ask me what I think my death date would be, I think 82. If
Oh,
you
you
ask
and
me,
that's
generous.
that's what I
past
think I'll make it to
that's
82.
past 70,
You
clown.
being
Right, but
generous.
I don't think I'm going to make it past 70. I say I would like to make it to 82, but I don't think I'm gonna make it past 70.
Shit, I
You
didn't think
can
I
if you
was
make
gonna
some
make it
life
past
changes
the
right now,
20s,
sir.
but
My life.
I ain't
Control
doing
your
that no more.
anger and control and
That's
limit the fried chicken.
My
You can
fried
make
chicken
it.
is only maybe once a couple weeks.
Okay.
Come to the gym with me, Hunter.
He ain't
That
gonna
ain't
Let,
happening.
let's let's do
ain't
Not
let's
doing
do
it.
happening. I
a
have
heavyweight
embraced.
podcast workout team.
I
You know
have
he ain't doing that
embraced.
shit.
I have embraced my fatness, and I've learned to love my
you
fatness.
you know when you get in your 40s, you either super healthy or you just don't give a fuck no more. This nigga's on the I don't give a fuck side.
Me and Mo Lethal have agreed that when we hit a certain progress point, we're gonna start posting that shit on our socials to motivate other people who are trying to do the same thing.
Put my titties on.
That's great for y'all.
Put your titties on live. I get $1,000.
Hunter,
No,
join
Nah,
the
I'm gonna just
movement.
nope.
Kevin,
You
join
gotta
the movement.
you gotta
nigga,
talk past
I'm gonna just keep looking back. Look, you see I'm doing the light skin eyebrows? Nigga, I'm gonna just keep. Bye, mama. Bye, mama.
with Hunter. You gotta talk to his wife. You gotta put Angie in his ear. Then he'll listen. That's what I learned. He gonna
No.
bitch and complain about it. And
Join
he be like,
the movement.
then he gonna say, I should just listen to Ange because he said that shit all the time. I should just listen. That's why you gotta talk to his wife to get the message to this nigga because he ain't gonna listen to us. He'll listen to Angie, but he ain't gonna listen to us.
Well-
So we gotta talk to his wife.
Well, just know, Hunter, you're eventually going to be aboard this heavyweight podcast workout goals.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Because
convert the garage back.
We're gonna show the progress.
Can I do my workout inside my house?
Sure.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay, cool.
You got workout equipment at your house?
He talking about fucking.
Well, I'm in my stationary bike. I got one.
No, Hunter talking about fucking.
Hey, I'm
That's
gonna
what
tell
he
you right
talking
now,
about.
honestly.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
never
my man,
gonna-
those 3 minutes of working out ain't gonna do shit.
Bruh, you don't know my 3 minutes, bruh. You don't know my 3
Damn.
minutes.
All right, that's it. Cut it. We don't
With
we
that
don't
being
details.
said, this has been episode 73, correct? Of the
Yes,
Heavyweight
sir.
Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys.
Joe Sludge.
It's
That's
your boy,
better.
Joe Sludge.
It's your boy Mo Lethal the Grouch.
Hey, they call me Hunter.
Josiah Stank.
That's not dirt though. That's just nasty.
Anyway, we're on Apple
Everything.
All
Podcasts,
of it.
Everything.
Amazon, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok.
At your mama's house, we all up in there.
We in there.
No,
Shout out to Fictitious.
Fictitious. He got some shit coming.
December 17th, we're
Yeah.
doing the damn thing, stand up and music again for the homie JC's birthday.
Yes,
And
sir.
till next time, keep my music out on all the platforms as well. It's been until next time. It's been real. It's all love. Peace out.
Peace.
One love.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.